It's a good day to be boring. Well, hello to my very boring family. Today we're doing a bit of Q&A. I got a question from Miss Konadu GH, and she wanted to know, how do you effectively manage a virtual team? That is a wonderful question because I actually haven't even seen my partner in like 4, 5, 6, 10 months. So how do we keep it all going even though we're not sitting side by side and staring into each other's eyebrows every day? So we have a team of about 15 people, and we actually live in 5 different cities in 3 different countries. We definitely didn't set out to have a team structure like this, but you know, if you find good talent and they live somewhere else, or you want to expand into a new market, you have to be more flexible these days to allow you to stay lean and grow and scale. So I actually never, ever see my team members maybe like once a week, or if we all come together. So having a really strong structure is so important. Today, I'm going to share 3 things that we do, or I do, to make sure that I'm able to effectively manage my team that's living all across the globe. So the first thing you need if you're going to manage a virtual team is self-control. Before you can expect anybody else to do their work on time, even though they're sitting in their house in their pajamas eating ice cream at 10 a.m., you have to have your own self under control and be well structured and be able to deliver even though there's nobody staring at you, there's nobody asking you a bunch of questions. So I make sure that I always start the morning on time. I'm always up and at my desk at the latest by 8:30. I have a to-do list of all the things that I want to get accomplished today, and I know what I need to deliver to other people. It can be tough because some days I definitely want to sleep in my bed. Some days that brown liquor be getting to me. But if you want to have the ability and the flexibility to work from home or not work with your team every day, you also have to hold yourself accountable and be able to get your work done regardless of the circumstances around you. So once your team grows beyond just yourself and your laptop, you have to think about some tools that are going to help you stay connected. The number one tool that our team uses is actually Google Docs. So we signed up, the whole team is set up on Google Suite, so that when we're creating work, it's not just on one person's laptop or one person's phone. We all have access to it. We can make edits, we can make changes, we can provide feedback, and God forbid, if anything ever happened, we'd have access to that work. Secondly, we also use Slack, which is a team communication tool where you can do check-ins, you can have different channels depending on your topics, and that's been really convenient for us to help us stay organized. There are also tools like Asana, which is more for task management that people use, as well as Trello, which allows people to come together and work in groups. And we've used these different tools all across our journey to kind of get connected, to track what's happening, but you have to decide that you're going to put a system into place and be consistent with getting everyone on board. Now, my third and final tip on how to manage a virtual team is that you must over communicate, right? If you work in an office and there's somebody that you don't like, sometimes you can just avoid them or ignore them. But when you're on a virtual team, especially if it's small and it's a startup, you can't afford to ignore people. You have to be straight to the point. You have to be upfront about your issues, and you have to hash them out. You can't assume that people know what's going on with you. You can't assume that people will be able to see what's going on. You have to write it out and you have to communicate. You got to get on the phone, you got to send a message, you got to set it out one-on-one time so that you're able to communicate and have strong working relationships. I found that I don't like being on the phone, but I know sometimes I have to call up my team members and say, hey, I haven't heard your voice in a month. What's up? How you doing? Do you need any help? So being proactive and over-communicating can be really, really, really important to keeping those wheels, greased up and flowing when you're working with people living in other countries. I love not having to go into an office every single day. I love to chill in my sweatpants. But that does come with an extra layer of responsibility to make sure that you are organized, that you are accountable, and that you're getting your work done. So if you're out there and you have a virtual team, please let me know what are the tools, what are the tactics, what are the strategies that you've put into place in order to manage it and to make sure that you're being productive and getting your work done. as always, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next episode of the Board